Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Greta and it's a pleasure to meet you. We are back with another declutter. I never really finished my last declutter. As usual, I got distracted before I made it all the way through and really decluttered as much as I wanted to. So I'm back with another round and I'm here to say this will not be the last. I'm still not done. This is just another round of cuts going through. I want to also add that I don't, well, unless I say so, I don't dislike these. I mean, I bought pretty much most of these perfumes because I liked them. I liked them. I wanted to have them, even if they're PR. Pretty much most companies ask me first. That way they're not sending me something I don't like. And a lot of times they give me a discovery kit to choose which one I like, which I really like doing it that way. And on that note, anyone that's been ordering bottles from my store, I have been dismantling discovery sets that I went through and just throwing the perfumes in purchases. I stopped for a while because I got a couple complaints that it wasn't a full sample. And I was like, gosh, sorry, I was just trying to like pass it on and give it to somebody, let them try it after I just kind of tried it for a little bit. I don't need an entire sample to test which one I like in a collection. So I was just trying to just forward them to someone else. But in any case, I'm back to doing that and I'm gone through and broken down a lot more discovery sets and I've been kind of decluttering at the same time and getting rid of all these discovery sets, which you can't see are the bottom shelves here are all discovery sets. And then up here I have like travel itemizers. You just can't see that in frame that I have. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, that I have 12 full shelves of perfumes and then additional, 14 shelves of perfumes with another 2 of atomizers and another one of discovery sets. So there's a lot here, but I'm trying to reduce that, especially knowing there's always new releases coming in the door and there's just so many loves I have. Some of them I love them, I just don't have time to wear them. I'm looking at some and I'm like, look, the bottle's full. Or I have other ones in that scent profile. But anyway, let's move on here. I'm going to go through what I'm getting decluttered and let's go. For those of you going to ask, these will be listed on my website if you're looking for where you can find them, along with ones already listed is the GretaBeth.com, my website there. Just click on the tab Sales and Declutter. You will find anything that's on sale as well as all the stuff I'm decluttering, which will be full size formats. And I'll tell you how many mLs are left because when you decant, I can actually tell how many have been used. So let's go. For starters, I have the Eldo brand here. I have Sur le Pont Marabout. Now, this is a musky fragrance, a clean musky. I have a lot of musky fragrances because it's a profile I love. I just love others more, and some have to go, and I've been pulling for the other ones instead of this. I mean, it's pretty full. This is really good, though. So hard for me. When it's a profile I love, it really is hard and I tell myself I'm going to use it, I'm going to use it. But I really do have so many in this profile. I get a lot of woodiness too, like a lot of almost like, I'm sorry, but I was just mulching outside recently, like putting some more mulch down, and because it looks bare when you start pruning everything in the winter and it's dormant. And it kind of reminds me of that smell of that fresh wood mulch, which I really like, along with a muskiness. But what's unique about this one is there's something wet about it. And I think they say there's like marine notes in here, but to me, there's just this wet air kind of feel to me. It's, I don't know, I don't want to ruin it for you, but to me, it just kind of reminds me of spit, which is really bad because it's like spit or saliva smell instead of marine to me. But that's my own stupid brain because they had that weird fragrance that was like blood and sweat and semen and excretion. I think that's what it was called. And I have a mental issue with this brand now. I mean, that's my problem. But it just makes this one smell like spit because I think of that fragrance and it's just really bad. But the reality is it's a really good musky, woody, humid air kind of feel to it. I mean, I like the wood in here the most, but this one is going because again, I have other musky, like, that's a theme I absolutely love is musky and powdery. So I have a boatload. Whenever there's a house, I always just kind of hone in on that musky powdery one. It's just one I love. It's a phase. Okay. I keep saying it's a phase, even though it's been like a couple years, but you're going to see in this list here, there's some that I've phased away from. I still like them. I'm just over it. Like this Amouage. I went through my Amouage collection. I was trying to keep it at 10 and I found it creeping up when Guidance came out and some of the newer ones. And it was creeping up again. And I just made a slash on the Amouage. I mean, maybe I should do another Amouage video. I don't know. Let me know if you want me to do a top 10 Amouage video again, because it's been like 3 years, I think. People were mentioning in the comments some, and I'm like, that was launched well after I filmed this. So I might do another one, but Sunshine is going. I absolutely love the opening on this because it has like blackcurrant and apricot and all these incredible fruits, but it changes a lot on my skin on the dry down and goes into more of a dry tobacco on me. And that's when I feel like I need to top it off again because I like that first hour or so of this fragrance is what I truly fell in love with. Such a pretty fragrance. It just on my skin doesn't dry down the way I like it. I like it on other people, and I know it's super popular, so this one is getting the declutter list. Moving on Amouage, I have another one that used to be one of my favorites is Journey. Now, if you asked me how this smelled, it is very complex, goes through stages, and I honestly don't even remember because it's been that long since I wore it. It's really pretty though. Gosh, one's really complex. I get some floral. I get some woodiness. It's very fresh, but then it goes through spices. It goes through stages. It's very fresh at the opening, a little bit of fruitiness, and then it goes into stages that have a little bit more of a smooth spiciness to it. Extremely complex. And since I have not been wearing this recently, I couldn't even give you a detailed description of it. I would have to cheat, look at notes, try to jog my memory. But the reality is, it is good. I just haven't worn it. I just have others that I've been wearing. So Journey is going. Another beloved one from Amouage that I nixed. Everyone else loves this one. And I bought it thinking, oh gosh, it's getting such rave reviews. I didn't get in PR. Let me pick it up. I don't get any Amouage in PR. I've purchased all of them. And this one just isn't that on my skin. It opens more indolic jasmine. It's Ashore by Amouage. It's very indolic in the opening. Granted, after 15 minutes or so, it smooths out. It just gets smoother and smoother and smoother with that jasmine. I'm not the biggest on nice, clean florals. I wore this again last night just to be sure. I had the vanilla, I think like Burberry kind of vanilla body oil underneath, which smelled really beautiful with this. But without that, it just doesn't have the sweetness I like in my florals. It's a very clean, just bath kind of jasmine floral. But again, the first 15 minutes very indolic and sharp on me, like a bitter kind of jasmine. I don't like that sharp bitterness from florals. It just wasn't enough for me. It's not something, I mean, I'm sure it's beautiful in the air on people, but it's not what I wear or reach for. Beautiful and layering, but something's got to go. Ashore is going. What would you say if you like this kind of content, if you like perfume content, top 10s, themes, new releases, declutters, I don't know, I might do a perfume collection video. Give this video a thumbs up. It really does help me tremendously. And if you're still not subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. And let's keep going. The last Amouage I'm nixing, how many does this leave for me? So I decided to keep 9 Amouage. This one's going because I haven't worn it, although it kind of hurts letting this one go because I really do love it. I mean, I really like it a lot, but living in San Diego, I don't get as many opportunities to wear it as much as I would like. And this one pains me to let go, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know, I just might pull it off the website because this one is so pretty and it's memoir. And because it's an older release, it doesn't get a whole lot of attention. Man, I don't know. Something's got to go. I'm so torn. This is so pretty. It reminds me of the original Opium and that sassy, strong, powerful woman. There's definitely a kind of like a smooth jasmine spicy. It's definitely a spicy kind of fragrance, but there's a smoothness to this. It's got like an oriental spice to it. So smooth, so feminine power energy. I love this one. Now, if I lived in cooler weather than San Diego, I would wear this a ton. I don't know, maybe I'll declutter it after Milan and wear it in Milan. Who am I kidding? There's so many fragrances in Milan that I'm trying to put on my skin. I don't know, this is just so pretty. But there is like clove and pepper and a touch of leather, but it's not really leathery. There's some cardamom in here. Pepper. I mean, I can see the rose smoothing it out, giving it creaminess, but really that jasmine. Now, what this reminds me of that I've been wearing instead is the Salas Crepuscolo Scintillante. So I have this one, which smells remarkably similar, not identical, but a whole lot alike. So it makes it a little easier for me to let go of this. Gosh, smelling them side by side. Now I feel really good about letting this go because I definitely have this one and I like this in my hand. Like this feels really good. So that homage is going. Moving on, I have something from Arabian Oud. Now, while I was there in New York, was that 2 years ago, I think, maybe, for Scent Explore, I walked over to Times Square to the Arabian Oud. And you know when you go in a store and you're like, I'm not walking out without buying something? I have to buy something here. Like I had to buy something. And I was kind of discovering their higher end stuff at Arabian Oud. They didn't have what I went in looking for. It's discontinued, couldn't find anything. So I came out with this, a gourmand, which is Adore. And I never heard anything about it. I don't even know if I featured it on my channel. I don't think I did. But Adore has this freshness in the opening, this like citrus, floral, creamy kind of citrus fresh, yet dries into this creamy, smooth, somewhat gourmand. There's a little bit of almond in there that blends so nicely with the tonka and the vanilla amber, giving this kind of hum of a gourmand versus a here's a plate full of food kind of gourmand, which is really what I love. I don't know why I never wore this. That's so silly because I think I like this better now than when I bought it. This really is good. Oh my goodness. It's almost like got better. But as you can see, I never did wear it. Like I literally never wore it. I tried it and that was it. And I had a whole bunch of other new stuff. And before you know it, it gets pushed to the side and I never wore it. So, and now I'm not even as much into gourmands anymore. I never was fully into gourmands. I love vanillas. I love fruits. I love even a little bit of caramel, but I'm really funny with my gourmands. I don't like them too foodie. I do like sweet. But when it comes to gourmand and that like chocolate praline kind of thing, like I have this line I don't like to cross. Like some people just love ultra foodie. I'm funny. I like vanillas, whipped creams. I do like a lot of creams. Love creams, cozy, but I don't know, just not as much into gourmands. So Adore is going too. Tiziana Terenzi. I went through an obsession for Tiziana Terenzi when I early on, like when I first had my channel, I think I started like the last few days of 2020. So I'm going to say 2021, 2020, 2021. I really had an obsession with Tiziana Terenzi. I was new to it and hadn't quite experienced the redundancy of the house of brands. There's a lot of redundancy, and you start to feel like once you have some, you kind of have that profile that I don't know, I've kind of grown out of them a little bit after being obsessed. And when you're obsessed with something, you get tired of it. Kind of like overplaying a song. You never want to hear it again, right? So I'm a little tired, and I've been slowly decluttering Tiziana Terenzi. There's still a couple I'm hanging on to, like Deluxe. I just love that big fog of that honey vanilla rose. I think it's like honey vanilla rose coffee. It's kind of a intense cafe-esque type of fragrance, but with more honey than vanilla. But Andromeda is going. This one I thought I would never get rid of, but Kirka. Kirka, you're such an icon. I never wanted to get rid of her for comparison purposes. I just like having it in the library, but I think I might make space because I'm getting tired of having my shelves so full and so many shelves. It really is getting tiresome. So this one's going too. And I'm sure there's a couple others. I think Orza's on there too, and the Declutter. And just over Tiziana Terenzi, to be honest. This one, I knew about this one way too early before its release. So I was over it shortly after the release. I don't know. Unique Luxury Mushumato. It's an amazing toasted marshmallow that's like caramelized over this fire. Now, I never really liked smoky, and then I figured out it's because I live in such a fire zone in Southern California that the smell of anything smoky in my house, if I have something smoky like a candle or not forget incense, oh my gosh, that makes me paranoid. Can't do any kind of incense burners or any kind of smoky diffusers. There's one I really like, and whenever I take it back out again and display it, I always panic coming upstairs and say, what's burning? So because of that, I never really liked smokiness. However, I don't know what's with me. I've lately been liking a little bit of smokiness. However, the one that I'm really liking lately is Illusion. Now, this always took the backseat to Sacred Bond for me, but I'm lately really liking this because it has this candy floss in it, as well as this little stream of smoke that comes and goes, that I really like this with the chill in the air, and it's a beast. Don't wear it in the summer. It is a beast. You will be projecting to the next city in the summertime. But I don't know. I've just been circling back and appreciating this one so much more than when it first came out. Like one of those slow to loves. And I just keep wearing this one now. If you like Roca, it's almost like Roca with a stream of Bacor, like Tomavicci. If you like, there you are. Like if you like what Imperium, the way there's a little stream of Bacor in there that kind of comes and goes. That's the way this one is, and this is the one I've been loving. Empyrean too. But Mushimato is going because it's gourmand with that smokiness in it. Almost like, it just reminds me of like campfire with the marshmallows. It's delicious. However, I kind of got over it before it even launched because I knew about it for 2 hours and had decants and what, not 2 hours. I knew about it for 2 years and had decants, and I don't know. I'm just not as much of the gourmand person. So the Mushimato is going. I don't have very many from Unique Luxury, some really good ones from them. I don't know if I'm going to declutter it more. I might. Some of them, I don't know if I have the chocolate one. The caramel patchouli one is phenomenal. But again, in my weather, I don't get to wear it as much. It really excels in cold weather, which I don't get in sunny San Diego. So I might pilfer through this brand a little too. I'm not sure. Especially if I have travel atomizers, I will have enough for what I want. Another one is Juliet Has a Gun. This is a brand I've always been like, do I like you? Do I not? Do I like you? Do I not? I actually kind of like this one, to be honest. This is Ego Stratus. If I had to pick one, this would be it, to be honest. I kind of like it. It is a clean, musky fragrance with a hue of blueberry to it. The hue is there stronger in the beginning. It has a very clean feel to it. I really like this one. Like, I can't knock this. It's another one that's hard for me to let go of, except for the fact that I have a boatload of musky fragrances and more just seem to come in the door that I think I'm going to let it go, and it kills me, but I think I really like this one. I have so many musky fragrances. Oh man, I just broke a bottle of perfume. That was a little bit of a mess. I don't know where I was, but that is the second one from this brand that I broke. I'm really frustrated, EPC, because I like their perfumes, but I hate this bottle because it's so big and top heavy and narrow, and just, if you thought the Idol, Lancome Idol was like off balance, these are terrible and I keep breaking them, so I'm frustrated. I even put them elsewhere, but it's gonna smell like pistachio in here for a month now. Great, okay. Alrighty, okay, I was talking about getting rid of this. Now I have Nothing But Sea and Sky, but Una Nui Nomad. I really like this one. I have Fugazi, Angel Dust. I have Piano Santal. I have so many great musky fragrances that I really love, that this is going to go, just because even though I really like it and when I wear it, I'm really happy, it's pretty much full. It's pretty much full. I wore it to review it and that was it. Just don't circle back to it, but it is quite good. I gotta admit, this is really stinking good. It's very clean musk, which I like. What didn't I do? This one I ordered, smelled it, and was like, well, you weren't what I thought. Twilly by Amaze. This was on my wish list forever. I had a 2 ml sample that I absolutely adored and had it on my wish list. And I don't know if I wrote down the wrong flanker or what, because this did not have that, or if they like reformulated, because I've gone in the airports every time I'm in duty free. I smell all the Twillies looking for that one I loved, the one that got away, and I can't find it. And this was not it. So I don't know if you guys have the answer. Like, this is so fresh now, where there was something with this like creamy ginger that was so intoxicating and addictive, and I absolutely loved it. I don't know what happened, but this wasn't it. So literally full, going on the block. Argos. I have a few Argoses. Again, was wearing them and loving them for a while, and just kind of, I don't know, circled away to other brands that have my attention, and I just haven't been into them. Now, these are a brand that I find, because he makes them himself, like smaller batch, they get better as they age. They just do. There are a lot of high naturals. When they first come in, it's really hard for me to review them, to be honest, because they're just not as intense as a few months later, where they really just kind of start getting more and more intense and more beautiful. They're fruity florals. I have Palace Athene and Danae, and I might add more. Some I've run out that I truly loved, which was the original Parfum. I thought was amazing. I ran out. I only had 30 ml of it. Triumph of Bacchus, run out. What else I have? Oh, love Triumph Civil War. Just too masculine for me. I just don't like this one. It's a cold powdery also, which I find masculine. I don't know. I just don't like this one. I never liked it, to be honest. It was never my thing. So love Triumph Civil War. This one's going to, that might get added on to. What else didn't I do? This one. A new one. I don't typically declutter new ones. This one I didn't like. And I heard how amazing this one was. It smells so much like pistachio Hinokio in here. It is ridiculous. But voila. It's a play on words. It's a nickname. It's poly backwards. It's a whole play with like, it's multitude of double meanings here. But this one wasn't for me. I'm not much into honey. It's honey, light, fresh. It's kind of weird to me. I know I reviewed it. It just wasn't for me. So this one is going in the revolving door, out, in and out. Okay. Man, it smells so much like pistachio in here, pistachio hinoki. I have like all the windows open, but it still is like insane. I think I need to mop the floor again. I used everything. I hate it. It's a wood floor, so man, this is gonna be terrible. Oh, it is what it is. Does that ever happen to you? Have you ever like broken a bottle on the floor? I'm grateful it's not carpet. Carpet's really bad because then you're just kind of screwed. Like there's no fixing that. There's no fixing all those oils. But these are my declutters. There will be more. I'm not done. There's going to be loads more. But this is this round. This is just like the 15 or whatever that's going up there. And I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.